What's going on? Welcome to Breaking Mediocrity. I'm here with breaking news. President Joe Biden drops out of the 2024 presidential election. Now, excuse the lighting and all that stuff. I'm just talking on breaking news here because obviously I had no plans to record today. And when I heard the news, I had to do some stuff. So I'm here in my backyard and I'm just going to talk about what's going on. All right, so Biden's out. This really isn't a surprise. It's not a matter of why, but it's when. It was when. When is he gonna drop out? And then the news earlier, this week when they said Biden got COVID, people were thinking, maybe he's too sick to run, and now it's probably the time for him to step down. Well, here it is. He stepped down, and like we said, a house that's divided cannot stand. And you had 34 Democrat reps, that wanted Biden to step down, including many other people, including investors, and it was all since the now historic debate between him and Donald Trump. And needless to say, he fumbled a lot of words. He messed up a lot of his statements and stuff like that. Thing is, it was, for many, it was the debate where they said Biden stepped down, but many of us saw it before. We saw how he's been carrying on. We saw how at age 81, he is not a young 81. He is an old 81. And we saw it. We saw it at the Juneteenth celebration when everybody's clapping in their hands and moving to the music, and he's there looking like a robot, not knowing what to do. We've seen traces of old age with dementia and everything, even with the rally where he walks past the black woman that was in the rally and hugs someone else next to her. Some people think it was a racial thing. I think it was, I don't know what it was. It was just very weird. But we saw many signs that, this man is too old to continue to do another 4 years. And it's not the fact that he's 81. He's an old 81, not a young 81. All right. Here in Canada, the city of Mississauga, we had a mayor that ran until she was, I think, 99 years old, and she was a young 99. Okay, so it's not about the number. It's about whether you're able to do it. And we all saw before the debate that Biden was he was incapable. But you know what? It just shows how disorganized the Democrats have been. They saw his getting older. They saw him deteriorate, but they decided to just keep him running in the race. But anyway, let's just get to the main points. So he's going to remain in his role until January 2025. So whether Democrats win the election or not, that's when the inauguration happens anyway. So he's going to stay in the White House until January 2025. It doesn't mean, he's stepping out and packing his stuff and moving out. No, he's got some time. He's going to stay in there for a bit. All right, so where are we at now? Well, we know that Biden, as well as other people such as Hillary Clinton and probably the Obamas and some other people, they're all endorsing Kamala Harris to be the nominee for the Democrats to run in the November 2024 election. And, obviously some other names have come up, and like Gavin Newsom and Hillary Clinton and all that stuff. But you know what? The obvious choice here is Kamala Harris. I can't see them going outside of that pick. For one, she is already the vice president. She's been in the office for already 3.5 years. Also, she is biracial. She's a black woman. She's an indigenous woman. So, that's not a reason why you vote for someone. For some people it is, but this is, these are some qualities. And obviously, and you gotta look at it this. If they pick someone else to run, for president, a lot of people are going to be upset. A lot of people in the Democrat Party will be upset that they pick someone else, because they'll be like, look, Kamala's paid her dues, and they'll feel that this is the best candidate to go against Trump in the election. And look, they may not say this up front, someone probably will, but you know what? Their hope is that there's been a number of black Americans who have switched parties and said they're going to vote for Trump. So their prayer is that many of them will go back to the Democrats and vote Democrat in November, because Kamala will probably be the nominee. This is their hope. They want this to happen. And here's what I gotta say about this. If you were already Democrat, but you decided you were going to vote Republican because Biden is too old to be in office, then I can see those people switching back, because they're like, well, Kamala's younger, she's a woman of color. Well, yeah, you know, she's, you know, she obviously has the energy and the fire, and she's not getting old anytime soon. So yeah, some of them will switch back. But my question is, are you going back to the Democrats because Kamala is half black, biracial? Is that your main reason to go back to a party? If so, you have to remember why. And here's what I think. I think a lot of people are going to stick with. If they switch before, they're going to switch back, because they're tired of the inflation of you know, immigrants that are coming in, and they're not, you know, illegal immigrants. I don't say illegal immigrants coming in, all the things that have been going on in the last 4 years. If you have been disappointed and frustrated and upset of the last 3.5 years that have been taking place since Biden has become president, what makes you think it's going to be any different if you vote Democrats once again in 2024? What makes you think it's going to be any different? Look, you think all those decisions that Biden has been making over the years, you think this was solely his decision? No. Kamala Harris has had a lot to do with those decisions. Remember, Biden's an old 81. You think he's been seeking a lot of advice in terms of how to do and how to run, and you know, a lot of people you have someone who may be the leader, but you do have people that pull strings, and I do believe Kamala is one of those who have been pulling strings in office since she's been there. I mean, here in Canada, you got the same thing. You got Trudeau. Trudeau is the prime minister, but let's face it, man. Trudeau is not the brightest person in the block, right? He's got people making decisions for him, and Trudeau executes the final answer. So needless to say, if you're thinking now that, oh, the Democrat Party will change because Kamala Harris is gonna run instead of Joe Biden, no, you're gonna get a lot of the same things that have been frustrating you before. You're gonna get a lot of the same things that have made you upset. You're gonna get a lot of the same things in the next 4 years if you vote Democrats now. Like, I know some Democrats and some people are celebrating today because they know that the election is going to be different. And yes, it is going to be different. I believe it's going to be a closer race now, to be honest. I still think Trump has the edge, but like I said, compare this to a basketball game. It seemed like, especially after last week's assassination attempt, that Team Trump was up by 20 points and looking like they're going to cruise to victory. But now it's looking like a closer race. Now it looks like the point deficit is decreased to single digits now. So I think it will be a close race. I think it will be closer than it was yesterday, now that Biden has stepped down. I still think Trump has the edge to win. And just bottom line, look at this. If Democrats win this, if Democrats now win in November, it will be one of the biggest upsets in election history. That's my opinion. I'll stick by that, because this does give them some advantage now. This does give them a clear advantage now. But I would just like to say that you have to look at all principles, you have to look at all things, all matters, and you can't just vote. Well, it's not good to just vote for a party because of skin color. Now, some people, if someone in my union is watching this, they're gonna call me a hypocrite, right? But let me explain myself. Sometimes, we have positions in where my workplace is at, and there is a lot of open positions, but sometimes we don't have a lot of workers of color that are in there, and sometimes we will vote for someone primarily because of their skin color, and so we want some representation in there. So yeah, we'll do that. And I'm all for multiculturalism. I'm all for multiculturalism wherever I go. But at the same time, we're talking about here, this is a president. We're talking about someone who is going to be a leader of a country of 350 million people plus. This is a different story. So it's all about who's the best candidate for the job. And you gotta vote for who is the best candidate, not who is the best looking, not who is the best, who has the correct skin color. You gotta vote. You gotta look at everything. You gotta look at economics. You gotta look at ethics. Me, I put ethics over economy, and I always look at who represents my Christian faith more. Is it Democrats or Republican? And you're probably thinking now, well, Dave, you're Canadian. You don't have a vote anyway. Yeah, correct. I don't have a vote. And, but I'm watching this very closely because this will affect how Canadians are going to vote next year. Because our election's next year, and we currently have a prime minister that is just crap in the bed. He's been in power way too long, for 10 years, and it's time for him to go. So we... Up here in the Great White North, we got some drama ahead. Right now, it's kind of relaxed, but it is building up. It's building up. But anyway, back to this. Biden stepped down. Is Harris going to be the replacement? More than likely. Probably 95% she is going to be the nominee. And, yeah. So, this race got real interesting. So, yeah, that's the breaking news. If you're watching this, you've obviously seen what's happening already. But yeah, this is some good popcorn drama, political drama now, and we shall see. We shall see what happens. But like I always say, don't vote because of skin color. Vote for the best person to run your country. All right. This is Breaking Mediocrity. I'm your host, D.A. Bourne. Like, share, and subscribe. I hope you can share with others. And please throw your comments in there. I am out. Everybody have a great rest of the weekend. Peace. God bless.